Hey YouTube, Brandon Beatty Trance. Welcome to the second video in our series where we're putting together a driving, uplifting trance track for 2025. In the last video, to recap, we spent some time selecting our kick. We selected a nice clap to go with it. And we put together sort of a mid-bass, rolling, driving line. In this video, we're going to do the sub bass, work on some hi-hats, and also get our sort of mid bass, the bass that's in between the sub bass and the rolling bass. I think that'll be enough for this video. Okay, so next thing, again, I'm going to go into the sample pack because I like how the sub basses sound in the Meta and Glide pack, and it just makes it a lot easier to get the right sound. I mean, you don't have to monkey around with your synthesizers and anything like that. It's literally the same. It's literally the same thing. So let's pull up our. I think I want the double shot bass. Let me just pull that up. There we go. So that'll be a nice driving bass sound. So we'll call that this is what it sounds like with everything. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's filling out the low end pretty nicely. So I think I'm going to leave it right there. And we can again double check. Now if we want, we can add that extra sort of harmonic in there. And this is something I essentially call a rolling bass, even though we called this a mid bass. Sort of the mid bass, it's like the octave jumping bass in a way, and then the rolling bass is really just a bass that is rolling and not jumping octaves. I guess it depends on who calls it what. I think everybody has sort of different terminology for stuff. So let me know what you guys call. Is it a difference to you if I say mid bass or rolling bass or high bass? Like, what does that mean to you? I'm always curious. I think it can mean different things to different people, as long as we all kind of know what we're talking about. So the point I want to make is that we have a octave jumping bass, and then we also have a rolling bass that is just literally rolling but not jumping. And this is just going to serve a little bit of a different purpose. This is just going to help us do a little bit more of a driving sort of effect. So we're definitely going to need like a nice driving sound. So I think we're going to pull up this sound set here. That's nice. We want something that's got like a nice chug to it. And then here's the trick. We're going to really have to filter a lot of information out of this. So we'll start around 125, maybe even like 90 hertz. And here we're going to do basically like 180. So it's only about an octave we're letting through. We're going to do some tight curves here. Okay, so spend a little bit of time just getting the EQ right for that. So this is literally how much of the sound I'm letting through, and it makes a huge difference. You know, we'll call this mid bass, and then we'll call this one lifted bass, I guess. I don't know. They're both mid basses, but they're kind of doing different things. Like this one, it's filling out a space, and without it, So somewhere right there. Okay, so now that we got the mid bass and the bass section squared away, I think we're ready to add some cymbals, just not too much on the percussion section. In this video, I just want to add a few basic things just to start filling it out a little bit and help with writing the rest of the track. So first thing we're going to add is just a nice crash cymbal. I'm happy with that. That sounds good. And we're just going to add like a rolling hat pattern, I think. And that I might just add myself. We'll see what loops they have, but usually it's pretty slim pickings on loops. All right, we'll go with that driving one. And for this, we could even try using kickstart to chop out the downbeat on this, and just so that this hat reinforces more of the drive and the bass. So I kind of like this sort of pumping effect we're getting right here. Just to sort of, again, like reinforce the mid bass. Okay, and then the last thing in this video, we're gonna program our chord change, just because I already know what chords we were gonna use, just because I'm gonna go with a typical chord progression. Again, this is gonna be in a minor key, so we're gonna be in D minor, and we're gonna go from the 1, the 6, the 3, and the 7. So if you don't know what that means, we're going to go from the root of the chord. So let's pull up the mid bass here. Actually, let's duplicate this pattern. And I think we're going to do it. So we're going to either do, I think, 4 beats for each chord. So here's the 1, and then we're gonna go to the 6th of the chord, which is gonna be our B flat here, and then we're gonna go to F, which is the 3rd, and then down to C, which is the 7th. So here. And then this. We're going to do the same thing for these other basses here. Program the same loop in. And then, so we do have to do the same thing with the sub bass loop. So let's pull up the sample pack again and program our sub bass loop in. And this is just sort of getting this out of the way early on so we don't have to worry about this. Sub bass loops, there we go. And we used loop number 3. And so we went D to B flat to F and then to C. And so we just have to shorten each of these. Down to 1 bar each. And then we just assemble it together. Hear like a little bit of a clicking. So we're just doing a gentle roll off on the file there just to get rid of that pop from our edit that we made. Nice. That's very clean. Happy with that. That's a bass loop right there. And we're going to loop it. Look at that. And then we just have to do the same thing for this final bass loop here. And we are good. Okay, so here's what the loop sounds like when it goes through our chords. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that for now. We might make some changes, but for now, that's where we're at. And that concludes this video. So thank you guys for following along. In the next video, we're going to work on the groove and filling out the sort of the percussion layer, the effects, sort of the risers and sweeps, and maybe add the acid sound. And I guess what also comes with that, right, is like overall arranging the track. So, you know, this part is for later in the track, so we'll put that over here for now. So we have like the main sort of loop. Okay. And then we even have the chorded loop. And I'm even wondering if I want to do something. Maybe drop it down a step right there. I wonder what that would sound like. Okay, I quite like that. I think that sounds pretty cool. So maybe we'll keep that. So that's an idea. So guys, keep it interesting. Don't just do straightforward, the rolling root note. You can change up some of the notes. So maybe we'll keep that for now. All right, guys. Hey, see you guys on the next video. If you have any questions, if I didn't explain anything, feel free to drop some comments. Thank you guys for following along. You guys rock. And all right. Hey, see you guys on the next one.